Well, okay. So about the Azores. Well, what okay about this? So what can I say? What can I say? So I was in the Azores last week. I went with some friends to the island of Terceira. um, I don't know if Carl is showing any pictures or I don't know. I have sent some pictures to Carl while I was there, but I don't know if he might show. So, um, so we were in Terceira. Terceira is one of the biggest islands of the 9 islands that are the Azores. So, in the Azores, for those who don't know, we have a group of 2 islands that are nearest to the mainland. And when I say nearest, is 2 hours away from from us by plane. And the nearest ones are São Miguel, which is the biggest island, and Santa Maria. So first you have nearest to us is Santa Maria, and then São Miguel. Then there is what we call Group Central, the central group, 5 islands. You have Terceira, where I was, and you have Faial, Pico, São Jorge, and Graciosa. Then a bit further to the west, so nearer to nearer to the American continent, you have 2 other islands: the island of Flores and the island of Corvo. Corvo is the smallest island of them all. It's just about 4 kilometers by 7, but it's a lovely island to visit as well. It has a population of 400 and something inhabitants, so less than 500 inhabitants, but it's a lovely island to visit as well. And actually, it's the most, in my opinion, the most beautiful crater of all the volcanoes that you have in the Azores. So all the islands are of volcanic origin. And what else can I say? So on the island of Terceira, where I was, the population is about 55,000. So as I said, it's one of the biggest ones, and it has an American military base there for many years. Uh, yes, any questions? Yes, because I'm at the moment I am looking at Carl's studio. I'm okay. Let's try to follow the chat, but if that is Miranda do Corvo, no, Miranda do Corvo has nothing to do with the island of Corvo. No, Corvo, Ilha do Corvo. Well, I might have said Ilha do Corvo, but it's Ilha do Corvo. You know that people from the north tend to pronounce the V as a B, but Ilha do Corvo. So if you don't know the Azores yet, I really recommend a visit. So I went with my friends Deborah and Mac. Carl knows Mac because of the motor club. He has been on the show as well. So we had a lovely 5 days there. We were very lucky with the weather, and that's it. I mean, I don't know. Let's see if I can see any questions. Um, mhm. No, no. Well, yes, to get to the Azores, it's by plane. You don't get there by any other means rather than by plane. There are ships, but cargo ships. So, of course, to take a car or something. Then between the islands, you can take a boat between some of the islands, not all, but between some of the islands. For example, between Faial and Pico and São Jorge, you can travel by boat. From Faial to Pico, you take half an hour by boat. Then from Pico to São Jorge, it's 1 hour and a half. You can also take a boat from Flores to Corvo, about half an hour. So there are a few islands that you can also travel by boat between them. But every island has got an airport, or a smaller, sometimes very, very, like in Corvo, you also have an airport for smaller planes. It's very easy. The airport there, it's very, very easy, and just one door, nothing to nothing to miss. Yes. What else? Then you can, in each island, you can visit something different. Of course, there are volcanoes in every island. There are beautiful lagoons. For example, in São Miguel, you have Lagoa das Sete Cidades, Lagoa das Furnas, Lagoa do Fogo, beautiful lagoons in the crater of the volcano. And because also each island has been formed by several volcanoes, not just one volcano. So the origin of the island started about 8 million years ago. The youngest islands are more or less 4 million years old. And so for example, last week we went to lava tunnels. We visited some lava tunnels. I have sent some pictures to Carl, but I don't know if he can show the pictures. And we were also supposed to speak about Christmas. And let's see. Okay, let me have a look at the questions to see. Okay, let me see, because there are okay, Kriya. Okay, I have a question from James. So is Kriya used for asking for nouns and gostaria for asking for verbs? If not, what are the differences and why would we use one over the other? No, not really. I mean, Kriya can also be used for verbs, but yes, I mean, on the whole, yes, you can say that. You can say queria café, queria uma dose de bacalhau, gostaria de, so it's always gostaria de, because of the verb gostar, always followed by the preposition de. But gostaria de, for example, tomar café. For me, it sounds a bit not something that I would say. I would say queres tomar café, for example, or eu queria tomar café, but eu gostaria. Well, first of all, gostaria in the conditional, it implies something that you long for. I mean, something that it's a wish. For example, like gostaria de visitar a Ásia. I would like to visit Asia one day. So that is a wish that you make with gostaria. The Portuguese usually use the pretérito imperfeito instead of the conditional. So gostava, in that sense of the I would like something. I would like a coffee, or I would like. So you could say gostava or queria. It's the most common, but you can say both with a verb or with a noun. You can say gostaria. Well, yeah, with a verb gostaria and then a verb. But queria you can also use with a verb. queria ir, por exemplo, queria ir à Inglaterra, mas agora não posso porque é necessário o passaporte. Tenho que arranjar o passaporte primeiro. So I hope Carl solves the problem. I hope Carl solves the problem. Ok. Daniel dos Reis disse ontem que os voos até lá são um pesadelo. Até lá, well, I think that Mr. S is referring to the Azores. The flights are a nightmare. Well, no, not really. I mean, our flight was on time. It was everything fine. And so, no problem. Sometimes, of course, as everywhere, you have some delays because of the weather there. Sometimes it's very windy or there is a storm. It had happened to me before, but no. Last week, for example, and it was December, and the weather was lovely. It was always sunny. It rained for about 5 minutes. In 5 days, we had some rain, but not long. And so, no, the flights are fine. And so let me have a look. Queria, I want to, gostaria, I would like to. Yes, João. João Ernesto do Norte. Yes, you are right. Although queria can also be translated by I would like, for example, queria café, I would like a coffee. Queria is not exactly I want to, because quero is I want in the present tense. I want, quero. Queria is more in the sense I would like, I would want. Okay. So Carl is saying, let's reset and try again. Okay, so I'm trying to look at the questions. Where does the tradition of the big boom fireworks come from? Often at 8, 12, 6 and midnight. Well, the fireworks. Okay. The fireworks is a tradition, I guess, because in the old times, in the old days, there were no, means of communication that were efficient and fast, like the internet or so. So the way you had to know that there was some celebration somewhere was with the fireworks. If you hear a firework, you immediately associate with, okay, there is some celebration going on. So that's why, although I know that nowadays we have the newspapers, we have the although the advertising is not a thing that Portuguese do very well, but anyway, although there are other means of communication, but the old firework is still a tradition in Portugal. And for example, the ones at midnight when we have, for example, New Year's Eve, the colorful ones, because people like to see the beautiful fireworks as well. Yes, so let me have a look, because I'm in two screens at the one time. So it was okay. Then let me see if because there are so many comments. A melhor época no verão, mas os voos costumam estar mais cheios e mais caros. Okay, Antonio F says, yes, that the best season to visit the Azores is in summer. Yes, I would also say spring because of the flowers, because Azores is a destination to go if you like nature. Absolutely, it's a nature paradise. And in spring you have all the hortensias, the typical flower from the Azores. They grow everywhere, and so it's lovely to see, very beautiful, because you have flowers everywhere, literally everywhere, by the road and everywhere. It's always very green as well, because it rains, as I said, once in a while it rains. But even when it rains, it doesn't rain days in a row like here. Sometimes it rains for 15 minutes and then the sun comes out again, and then it's windy, and then it's warm, and then it's colder. Well, speaking about temperatures, the temperature is always mild there, and it's always very constant temperature. I mean, it doesn't flow as here. In the mainland, for example, where I live in Miranda do Corvo, in Coimbra, we can have, because it's the mountain, we can have -3, and in the summer we can have 40 degrees, but not on the islands. So on the islands, for example, last week we had temperatures of 20, 21, and in the evening 18, 17. So it's always more or less like that. And even in summer, it doesn't go very, very high. The temperatures are sometimes 20, 22, 23, 25, but not higher than that. Okay, Solar Life Portugal. Pete is asking if I got the money back on the flight. Yes, I last year. Yes, I had some money back. Yes, from a delay of my flight last year. Okay, so what stuff for young people? Oh, okay. Stuff for young people. There are lots of activities that you can do, like, for example, diving and lots of sea sports. You can also take a boat to see dolphins and whales. You can have climbing activities. Well, you have lots of things. There are also bars at night you can go to. So yes, and it depends. There are young people that also like to visit museums, and so there are lots of things that you can visit, both young and old. For example, in Fayal, you can visit the museum of the Screamshaw Museum in Peter's Bar, and that is extraordinary pieces of art. So it's carved whales' teeth and sometimes also bones. So that is a fantastic job to see. For example, Jacques Cousteau, his face is there in a few teeth, whale's teeth, and that is very, very, very nice. Then you have the volcanoes. For example, in Terceira, you can go inside a volcano, although at the moment the volcano is closed. So now they are doing some works. So okay. Oh, Carlo. Well, don't give up, Carl. Don't give up. We still have some minutes. Maybe you can do it. Okay. Try again. So, as I was saying, the volcano is having some walks inside for easier access of the tourists, because they already had some steps and everything, but they are renovating everything to be better for the visitors. So maybe in spring, maybe they will finish that. And so you can go inside the volcano and see the crater from the inside. It's fantastic. I've been there already twice, and I know that it's a lovely thing to see. Well, since it seems that I took over the program, and Carl has asked me to speak about Christmas, so